believe this is our first time on Thursday. I hope you enjoy your session with me as hospitality. Okay. Now, today I have prepared some good wisdom that may be benefit on your way of practice and also meditation. But before we go to that part, well, we know the routine. We normally do the meditation first, right? So therefore, before we're going to start, I just want to make sure, is there anyone new today? If there is no one raising the hand, that means no. When it means no, well, I'm not going to say, just go meditate yet. Just take it easy. Okay, let me introduce myself first so we can get to know each other. Fair enough? All right. Well, okay. Actually, this is my first time in London as a Buddhist monk, of course. So today, it is a great honor to be able to teach the Buddhist session to people who are living in here. However, as myself, my name is Phra Pisit Chitta Sutto. Just one more time. Maybe too far from the microphone. Just one more time. Phra Pisit Chitta Sutto. Good enough? Okay. This is my 18 years as a Buddhist monk practice, and have been, I would say, travel quite some time now to journey myself, learn, gaining experience. And last year I was in United States, and this year I am planning to stay in United Kingdom. And of course, this is the first time that I've been here, come in teaching meditation. However, I'm sure you have been here quite some time and you learn the varied wisdom from the Buddhist monk here. Therefore, I am sure you have some quite basic and fundamental knowledge already. However, as for meditation, before we're going to start, okay, I am sure you already know about how to meditate. But just to remind you that how this is work, the foundation for our meditation, the middle way meditation, is mindfulness and relaxation. Understand? These two are the foundation, but to make it progress and go further, it needs the other two, which are not the foundations that mentioning not much. They are consistency and observation. Okay? After you have relaxation, mindfulness, you need to maintain these two consistency. And here this comes consistency. This is how it connects. Once you maintain this consistency, sometimes you may lose your focus. Sometimes you may lose your relaxation. Thus, you need to observe. Once you observe, you adjust so you can come back to the loop, relaxation and mindfulness again. Then maintain consistency and observe. These go into circle, always from the beginning until the end. That's how you progress. And one time people asked me, what if I don't remember anything but I feel good? Well, that's good, but also not good. Because if you don't remember anything, you lost your mindfulness, and that's most likely falling asleep. Okay? So falling asleep, there's nothing wrong with that. Some people did. Me too, sometimes when I'm very tired, I don't have enough rest. So what I did, well, after you close your eyes for quite some time and you're falling asleep, and you realize that you had wake up and falling asleep during meditation. In this case, all you have to do is continue to meditate. Don't quit just yet, because at the time, it's still good for continue your meditation, okay? And so that is how we do. Therefore, just make sure you are relaxed and maintain your mindfulness from the beginning until the end. That's how we do. However, today I have prepared something quite special. Since what's it called? I am sure you meditate quite some time, but maybe in silence is nothing new for you. Today I have prepared some video with the ambient sound. Maybe it can help you to, if you lose your focus, listen to the sound can help you be more calm and focused and come back. Just an experiment anyway. So if you feel that it's too disturbed, you don't need to focus on it. Just relax and continue on your meditation. It's just a supplemental can help you maintain your relaxation and mindfulness. Good. Are we good to go then, everyone? Anything you like to ask? If not, then let's do that after the session. Okay? All right. Now, good. Let's begin. Let's begin our meditation. So close your eyes, just like you are about to fall asleep. And relax every part of your body. Adjusting yourself properly, ready for our meditation. So begin to relax from the top of your head. Relax down to your forehead. Relax your eyebrows and loosen your eyelids. Allowing yourself feeling light on your face and your head. Relax every part of your face down to your neck and shoulder. Adjusting your back and body properly and allowing yourself breathe in and breathe out easily. Relax both of your arms all the way down to your hands. Continue further down to your legs, your knees, and all the way to your feet completely. Making your whole body totally comfortable for your meditation. If you find the right balance, you would feel content, feeling alright to stay in this position without moving or adjusting. The feeling that you want to be like this as long as you like. And when you are done adjusting yourself. Continue to adjust your mind. Empty your mind, putting down everything aside. Leave all the matters concern people, animals, and all kind of situation you may experience. And allow yourself, your mind, coming back to your body without forcing yourself. The mind enjoy its freedom like a wild horse that's running around. The more you try to push or focus or trying too hard, the more it would struggle. So take it easy, slowly, gently. Allow your mind coming back and rest inside yourself. No need to rush. Take it slow. The time that we have is plenty. Enjoy the silence. Allow your mind to come into your own peace and maintain your relaxation. Then take a deep breath. Slowly breathing it out. Take a deep breath a few more times. Allow your mind and body to synchronize through relaxation and maintain your awareness inside yourself by lightly imagine the sun shine inside yourself where you rest the mind. Observe patiently and peacefully, making yourself become a good observer. Observe peacefully and making yourself become friend with the mind and your own thought. Sometimes the thought may arise. Let it be. Let it go without following your thought. Or you may calm the mind, free yourself from the thought that may arise using the mantra or observe peacefully. You may use your own mantra if you like, or you may use the following mantra ธัมมาอะระหังสัมมาอะระหังสัมมาอะระหัง Continue recite the mantra in your mind until the mind has calmed down or the mantra fades away by itself. You may choose to do both. Imagine the sun and recite the mantra, or do either one to help you maintain your relaxation and mindfulness in your meditation. Or you can just sit in silence, maintain your awareness inside while stay relaxed throughout the rest of our meditation. So take our time slowly. Enjoy the silence. Enjoy your time to be with inner peace until the appropriate time. Stay still while maintain the balance of mindfulness and relaxation. Allow the mind to be inside. When the mind comes to a standstill, joy and inner peace would arise. Feel into your mind and expand to your body with this feeling. And allow yourself to observe, be neutral to all experience. The mind, when finding inner peace, it would find its own way to love without any condition and openly, freely. Sharing your inner peace, spread your loving kindness to the people that you love, beginning with yourself, family, friends. Expand like a ripple of water. Expand your feeling of inner peace. Expanding further from this place to your home, your neighbor, your town, your country, eventually the whole world. Spending these few moments, spread your loving kindness. We almost come to the end of our meditation, and as a tradition, the monk would give the blessing in Pali. So you may open your eyes after receive the blessing and say sadhu to open your eyes. Sappa Puttha Nupavena, Sappa Dhamma Nupavena, Sappa Sankha Nupavena, Sattha Soti Bhavantu Te. You can now open your eyes. Welcome back, everyone. Oh, it wasn't too long, just only barely 30 minutes. And you have toned out quite well. No sound, nothing to disturb, so that's a very good. I'm sure this must be from the experience of meditation for a long time. And so, I hope we have a good meditation this time, but just want to make sure how you progress. Allow me to ask your meditation experience. You can also describe by asking or raising your hand if you are saying yes. Okay? So anyone feeling relaxed at this time? Okay, good. Anyone experience feeling like your body disappear, enjoy this moment as time fly by very fast? Okay. Well, you sure you don't fall asleep? No? Okay, good. Now, anyone experience brightness inside, even though you just close your eyes, but still so bright as you still close your eyes? Anyone experience something like that? Little? Okay, that's fine. Bit by bit, it will come. What I'm trying to say is that according to what I has been taught by my teaching monk and many of the meditation teachers in our temple, all right? When the mind find the balance in relaxation and mindfulness, it will come to inner peace. Okay? When it's finding peace and calm, it will feel light, spacious. When it feels spacious, light, it will find brightness inside. But all of this experience gradually come. It won't come in just totally bam, right away. It won't go like that. It gradually increasing with bit by bit, one by one. For example, today you maintain your relaxation for about maybe 2 to 5 minutes. Let's say start with that. And if you repeat the same thing, how you get to that? Next time you meditate, it could increase from 5 to 6. Then you do the same thing. If it works, 6 to 7. It gradually increase like that. It won't just come from 1 minute to 1 hour right away. It won't be like that. The more you practice, the better your mind be able to handle its stillness. So it requires consistency. But all of these would allow you to progress. Only one thing is you must be able to observe. When you observe, you maintain your mindfulness within right away, automatically. That's how meditation works. So when you observe what? How you maintain and how you get to that inner peace. So for example, today, I meditate. My back hurt. I don't have my favorite chair. So next time, go back home, sit on your favorite chair. And it's better. Maybe that's the key. So you do the same thing at your home, it's work. But when you go other places, maybe not. But once you get to handle things, okay, it's improving and increasing. But now this time, you're going to have to adjust. Remember, not every place, not everywhere going to be the same condition that you like. So after you find that, now I know how to calm my mind, how to maintain my inner peace. Now this time adapt is practice to adapt yourself in all kinds of circumstances. Remember, you may be finding yourself meditate at home more peaceful, it's good. But when you go out, it's not going to be like your home. But let's say you want to meditate, how are you going to handle that? So you're going to have adjust this, learn. Remember, this time, it may not work. So keep trying the next time when you observe. Practice the right way that would be suitable for you, improve. And when you improve, it's progress. It progress, you're getting better. And then eventually that's how you will go. But all in all, it must be in 4 bases that mentioned earlier. Relaxation, mindfulness, consistency, and observation. All right? Now, before we're going to go further, anyone like to take a break? Maybe. Should I just go ahead then? All right. Let's not waste our time. It's getting cold, you know? All right, then let's do our topic for today. 8 virtues for family life. In fact, there are many names for this. But since there were 8 qualities that mentioned in this topic, thus I will go bit by bit. But let's going back from what you had learned from the previous session first. You may have come across, but you may have forgot. You can take a note if you like. But if you have any questions or anything, I will try my best to answer. All right? So let's take a look then. All right. If you remember from what you have learned, not related to the 38 blessing of life or what you learned in in the previous session, one of the sessions you learned from our teaching monks mentioned about the happiness. Do you remember 2 kinds of happiness in life? Temporary and permanent. This one mentioning is word mentioned that relate to this topic today is temporary happiness, and they are these 4. Just only getting back, recall your memory, okay? The first one, the happiness from gaining wealth. Remember how joyful you were first time when you get your first payment? Oh, first check or getting your pay in a month is so good, right? That's happiness. But once you gain your wealth, however, you're going to have to buy food, you're going to pay the rent, you're going to pay for the debt. So in the end, it's only temporary because when you receive it. But when you pay for it, not really, right? So it's only temporary. And second, spending well. In here it means for the benefit of oneself. Therefore, when you're spending your money, buy something that you like or go paying for something that you want, that's temporary happiness. But once you get it, you were thinking back, oh, my money is not much anymore. Therefore, it's gone again. Next, happiness from not being debt. Remember when you pay, can you recall when you pay off your car loan, your house? Oh, I don't have to, pay the loan anymore. But when I want to move to my new place, I want to buy a new car, there you go. You're going to have to do more loan. Therefore, being in debt again. So, not being in debt is part of temporary happiness. And last but not least, this one requires some kind of explanation, which in regard of working in blameless work or doing something that you enjoy. Those people who are working just like you do something that they love, they are very happy. But I like to add one more thing in there. In one of the texts, it's also mentioned that doing blameless work, even though you enjoy and do what you love, but remember it must be in this condition that no one criticize, no one blame you, no one looking down or try to thinking of negative on you, on your work. This is what is meant by blameless work. Like for example, do something illegal, do something that people criticize. And so when you heard someone criticize, it will not be happy. That's temporary happiness is do something that no one blame you, something like that. Okay, so these are temporary. So when regard in this, the question is, we know that these are happiness, but the question is how. These are what, right? So how? This is what we're gonna do today. Okay, so today topic It came from the origin of this sutta, Dikajanu Sutta. If you want to go for in a reference, you can go in there in Pali text, in Pali Text Society. I think that's the edition in English translation. This Anguttara Nikaya, volume 8, page 54, I think. I'm not sure about the number, how it goes, but just my presumption, but it could be wrong, so don't count on it, okay? But either way, it's come from Anguttara Nikaya text. According to this, it is one of the discourse that the Buddha himself had encountered with one of the group of people. They call this guy Dikajanu. If my memory is recalling correctly, he is one of the head village in the place where the Buddha was residing. So he brought his villager come to meet the Buddha. Hopefully the picture I put in there could be associated with the story I'm about to tell. The story is quite simple because at the time when the Buddha was still alive, he was quite famous and getting a reputation. So many people want to at least learn what he has to say. But remember, at the time of the Buddha, not only in his religion that is prosper, there are other competitive as well. At the very least, there were six teachers, but they are totally opposite to what Buddha is teaching. So therefore, they're quite competitive. And these people too, they were seeking who should they follow and who should they learn from. So they heard that the Buddha was around in their village. So they brought the people as a group together, come to ask. And Dikajanu, as the name implies, according to the Buddhist scripture, the event that happened when the Buddha giving the discourse, it doesn't go by the name of the topic, like I mentioned. It go by the person who asking. So when he asking, the questions or encounter with the Buddha is imprinted into the event, just like today. Dikajanu Sutra, or the discourse. The discourse is teaching to Dikajanu. Okay, understand this fact. Then we go by this story. He encountered the Buddha. Then he said, "We are lay people, enjoying sensuality, living crowd with spouse and children, using kasi fabrics and sandalwood, wearing garlands, scents, creams, handling gold and silver. May the Blessed One teach the Dhamma for those like us, for our happiness and well-being in this life, for our happiness and well-being in the life to come." In other words, he asking is that, "Hey Buddha, we heard your reputation. Is there any knowledge or anything good for us that maybe can be happy right now and after we pass away? Can you teach us? But hey, under this condition," he keeps saying, "we still enjoy family life. So if you're going to tell me to ordain, no, I still enjoy having a family, wearing a beautiful clothes." So in here you can see kasi fabric at the time, when each kingdom, they doing their trades. Kasi fabrics, the kingdom of Kasi is well reputation in selling or trading fabrics. So if you compare, if you want to buy a good cloth, you have to buy trademarks like Polo or DKNY or Armani Exchange, however you want to say it, it's kind of like that. So if you say sandalwood, it's like the kind of shoes, or wearing garlands, yes, necklace, scents, perfume, creams, lotions, gold and silver. In other words, living a family life. That's what he enjoy. If you tell him, "No, shave your head, put on this robe, you become a monk." No, not yet, not ready. Just want to be happy. This is what he asked. So the Buddha said, "Of course, I do. So let's listen." So today, he said that in his topic, the happiness that you are working forward. So according to what you are asking, Dikajanu, it is in this life and future. So now we have two categories. The happiness that one can gain in this life and the future life. So let's take a look one by one then. The happiness in this life, the Buddha had taught that there are four. In fact, these four itself If one can gain it, in Buddhism, it means you work your way in these four happiness in life. It is the way to make yourself become rich. Rich in Buddhism and rich in culture in the West is quite different. The rich in the Western way of cultures or way of living is you gain material. The more you have, the more you're happy. For example, you get a lot of money, you're happy. But in Buddhism, when you are happy of what you have, that is rich. Understand? So even if you got paid like $10, 10 pounds, but you're happy from what you do is you really enjoy it. That's contentment. That's happiness. So this is the difference. Okay? Understand this fact? So let's take a look at this one. So if you want to be happy in life, the Buddha suggests that one should be hardworking, or in Pali they call Utthana Sampatha, which means being skilled. I'm sorry, I misspelled. Forget about S. So, in fact, this presentation just finished 15 minutes before the class starts. So, just my secret, okay? All right. So, being skilled and diligent in one's livelihood. In other words, if you are going to work, make sure you are skilled, not just only half done, or being diligent as well. Being skilled but not diligent is not enough. Should be diligent too. So that way, when you gain your income, you would find yourself be success. But in here, should I go by, I'm not sure, in the 38th blessing that Venerable Nicholas teaching is also mentioned that there are 5 occupations that the Buddha does not encourage one to do. Do you recall? Not trading slavery or human, not trading weapons, not trading drugs, alcohol, not trading poison, and not trading animals for slaughtering, something like that. These are livelihood that one doesn't encourage. So the Buddha doesn't go in there, but it's already implied when one knows that Buddhism against all kind of negative karmas for one action. Did you learn about the law of karma? Maybe next time. All right, next time. I can go on that. It's quite some time it's quite interesting topic to be discussed. But either way, we can talk after this if interest. Second, for one to find happiness in life, one should also have these qualities. Vigilance or araka sampatha, which means protect one, yes, I misspell again. Protects one well from theft and disaster. In other words, once you gain or earn your income, you should know how to save your income, make it grow, or protect it from someone who's gonna steal or something might happen. In the past, they do not have system called banking. They don't have that. So people normally do is they put it in like you call that pirate movie? They put all kind of treasure in a box and bury or put it somewhere safe, then light the map. It's kind of like that. So in here at this time, they have this kind of banking and trading system. So it's quite more better than what they have done in the past. So therefore, all kind of these could be expecting if you do not taking care or be able to protect your income or wealth. So you must also be able to protect your wealth and earn it correctly. However, the third one is quite new and quite different. According to what I learned from my master, he taught that when the Buddha teachings, it usually goes from step by step and from low to high. Like when you learn from the 38th blessing of life, not associating with the fool, go with the wise, respecting those who are worthy of your respect, is go like step higher. Same thing too. Happiness in life is go from earning correctly, saving correctly. And the third one, if you find, save, it should be spending, right? But no, the third one go with this. have a friendship or virtuous friendship or kalayana mittata. In other words, you must find yourself associate with and emulating those embodying its faith, virtue, generosity, and wisdom. We're going to go back to this quality after this. Okay? So in other words, find yourself with a friend who has this quality, so that way your life will be happy. What kind of friend who have this quality? Well, we're going to talk on this part. But either way, the point in this quality is that find yourself a good friend. All of your income gonna go to this. For example, no, maybe not all, but most, I would say most. Imagine if you have a good friend and your friend like to do gambling. So if you hang out with this friend who like to gambling, where do you think you're gonna go mostly when you have your vacation? Of course, casino, right? So where's your income gonna go? Either slot machine, pokers, all kind of those gambling that you have. So in the end, your money that you can earn very hard, save very hard, but spend very badly if you're influenced by these kind of friends. So the Buddha paid attention to these kind of people. So he taught them that you should find yourself associated with a good friend who show you the path to happiness, who has this quality, faith, virtue, generosity, and wisdom. And last but not least, balanced living, sammajiva jivikata, which means abstaining from womanizing, drunkenness, gambling, and evil friendships. In other words, you should know how to spend your money correctly by not paying, going on prostitutions or drinking too much or gambling or having evil friendships, doing all kind of illegals and something that cause you trouble. In other words, balancing your life is how to maintain and spending your income correctly. But before go to that part, you must have a good friend to guiding you and be a good guidance into your life. Because sometimes having a good friend can give you a lot of, I would say, benefit into your life, just like in the story that I have in this here. I'm sorry I don't have the picture, but you can imagine with me, right? The story goes in once in the past, long time ago, just the time before our Buddha has been Buddha. I will call it, he still practice and perfect himself. They call this kind of people Bodhisatta. You heard of this term before? When he was one of Bodhisatta, he was born in a family who is not Buddhism, I would call it. Okay? But he has a good friend, but he himself born very rich, but his friend born in a lower family, poorer, I would call poorer status. And they were a good friend, they always hang out, but this friend, he's a Buddhist. One time he listened to the discourse of the Buddha, not this Buddha, the other Buddha. So he feel that, maybe it could help my friend to have a good life. So he went to tell his friend, hey, let's go meet the Buddha. He can give you some kind of advice. First time, no. Second time, reject again. Third time, this time, his friend, it was like, how can I stop my friend from stubbornness? He recalled one thing, that when people at the time, they're respecting each other and the head is very high place to be respect. Touching someone's hair is very disrespect. So with his way of trying to convince his friend, the only way that used is by force. So he's standing up to his friend and pull his hair and said, you better come with me, and pull his hair right away. Try to pull it up very hard, but his friend, our Bodhisatta, is also smart as well. Wait a minute. My friend never did respect me before. If he do something like this, it must be something very important. Maybe I should hear him out. So stop. You don't have to hurt me. I'll go with you. So after they went there, they met the Buddha. And the Buddha taught them. He have good such inspiration. And then he ordained as a Buddhist monk right away after that. And then he has also made a wish to himself, if I could, may I be the next Buddha as well. And that is how he himself earned his desire to continue to become the Buddha and attain his Buddhahood in this present life. So as it is, without a friend to show him to meet the Buddha in the previous existence, he would not have a chance to meet the Buddha and also losing himself to become the Buddha as well. So this is why having a good friend is also be very important and benefit to one's life. But is that all? We still need 4 more, right? So therefore, let's continue. Happiness in the future lives, in these 4 qualities, is required. The first one, very important. One must have faith or saddha. This has the bottom line is that understand the law of karma or the Buddha's teachings. Understanding in here that know deep by heart that if one do evil, one would receive evil's consequence. If one do positive, one will receive positive consequences. This is the faith in the karma or in the teachings of the Buddha. Okay, this is one must have this. In other words, you will be aware under your consciousness that you will not do something evil to hurt yourself or the other for your future benefit. Okay, similarly, when you are practice in different kind of belief as well, they will also telling the same thing, must have faith in their teachings. This is also required, but the Buddha himself not referring to him, but referring to the karma, because all of the text in Buddhism is associated with the karma itself. Okay, that's one. Second, to be happiness in the next is one at least must have virtue or sila. I am sure I don't need to go into detail. You have learned about the 5 precepts correctly? Should I record them? No killing or harming others or other beings. Second, no stealing or take what is not given or take what is not belonging to you. 3, no sexual misconduct. 4, no using foul speech to hurt others, whether it's through verbals or actions. Something like try to make other people, let's say I don't like someone and I hire someone else to kill that person that I don't like, something like that. Okay. Number 5, not taking intoxicant into one's body like alcohol, drugs, because this would cloud the mind and one's judgment. Therefore, what he has built up from the first 4 precepts will be lost without consciousness. So that's the 5 precepts at the bottom line. So for one to have a good happiness in the future lives after one pass away, require at this. But someone asked, Venerable, I understand your teachings, but what if I have done wrong in the past? How can I fix? Should I just be punished in unhappy realm for the long of my life? Buddhism encourages one to do good deeds. And heaven or hell or previous existence, future existence are not infinite. There would be its own time to be over, as the karma is running by its intention and strength. Therefore, if one continue to think in the negative ways, it would also increasing the time as well. Thus, nothing is definite. So if you have done something wrong, all you have to do is 1, never repeat the same mistake. 2, to do more good deeds. So that way you can run away from what you have made yourself have done wrong in the past. Once you have found this, it will be just like if your life is like a boat and your positive karma is like a sea water and the karma itself is like a rock. If you have more water, your life will sail smoothly. So when you have less water, your life will be in trouble because there are so many rocks for you to sail. Therefore, that's why you should do more good deeds. So if you want to be happy in the future life, one of the way is observing precepts, not to do more or repeating the same mistake. Number 3, Practicing of generosity or jaka, giving charity or alms. This is also one way. If you want yourself to have less enemy, start by giving. If you want to make good friendship, start by sharing. But there are many levels of generosity one can do. I think you can practice in Blessing 15. You can learn from Venerable Nicholas in the future. I think he will come to that later on. Okay? And last but not least for today, wisdom or panya. Having insight into arising and passing of things. At the very least. Wisdom in here are not just like you reading or listening. It's just only two-thirds of the wisdom that is meant in here. There are 3 levels of wisdom in Buddhism. Wisdom from listening, wisdom from reading, but the highest wisdom is wisdom from practice meditation. Okay? Once you find yourself practice meditation more and more, at the very least when you find yourself stillness, what you're gonna gain from there is you're feeling good. When you're feeling good, your mind become more positive. When your mind become more positive, you'll be more creative. When you be more creative, you tend to do more good things. And when you want to do more good things, you become gaining something, what is called wisdom, to help yourself out from the negative way and do more good things into your life. And eventually, when the mind becomes more still, the true inner wisdom will guide you the way. And that is how it works. But this all require not only just come learning, listen to the Buddhist monk alone, but one must practice as well. And you want yourself finding that you will be living in an enlightened way of life. So hopefully, this happiness that you're listening today can be benefit to you. Is that all, everyone? Before we're gonna go further, there are more. Any questions? Are you sure? Am I that good? All right. Well, if you have any questions, you can come asking after. If you feel it's kind of like, I don't know what to ask right now, but maybe later. That can be also happen. I'm open, okay? However, today before we part, there are some announcements I'd like to make. Okay? Just want you to notify you that on February 15, yes, February 15 this month, just right after our Valentine's Day, we have a full moon. So we would like to invite all of you to come join us on this full moon meditation. If you ask, why should we meditate? Come on a full moon. I should be at home. It's better. True. But when it's full moon, it is the brightest day of the month, the brightest night in the sky. And the full moon also has strange power that can calm people's mind. Come together, it can create positive energy and also easier to find inner peace. So that is why we like to do this at a special event once a month. If you have time, come join us on this full moon. It will be broadcasting as well, but better to come in person. If you're afraid of COVID, make sure you don't touch anything, you put on the mask. So protect yourself. That should be fine, right? That's one thing for those who are interested to come, and I like to invite everyone as well here today. Second announcement, if you are a man, come join us on this European ordination program. For more information, it's already posting on the board. You can check. You can check for a requirement and apply on this website, eopdmc.eu. The program starts about a month, but at the very least, it's required you to join 2 weeks. But if you want to stay longer, you can, for better experience. But if you can, that's the time permit for you. 2 weeks is also all right. So starting from June 4 to July 3rd. However, please keep in mind that at this time, The COVID situation are still not stable yet, so the program are subject to change. So keep that in mind. But at the very least, you give you the program to check it out. But for you as a woman, if you cannot ordain, don't worry. You can still have your friends who interest to come join as well. So you can give this news to your friend, right? That's one. That's second announcement. Third one, well, we have the program for those of you who like to stay home. I know everyone want to take a little break, spend time with the family on your home on weekend, right? So we have one more session on Saturday night, same time, but on Zoom. Yes, anyone can join us, and every week there will be teaching monks, including me, myself, Venerable Ranapop and Venerable Sander will be teachings every Saturday night. So instead of go to Saturday Night Live, enjoy yourself in the bar, come join us on Zoom, meditating, finding inner peace together, right? So that's today. This is information. So if you are interested, all information are be printed. It's already posted on the board, so you can take a photo and get a note on it. All right. And the time is for British. It will be 7 to 8 p.m. For Central Europe, it will be 8 to 9 p.m. The rest are for United States. I have many students in there, so maybe they want to join. Just put the time in there anyway. So, and last but not least, if you are looking for a good book, I would like to recommend this book selling on Amazon. The name is Healing Power of Meditation. One part of the book written by Venerable Nicholas as well. So, if you're interested to read the book, what is it about? You may be asked. This book is about my aunt who are collecting people experience and who come to meditate at her meditation center for 5 years. Not 5 years, more than 10 years now. She has done, and she found these people who come meditate and how does meditation change their life, inspire them from negative into positive way, and how to meditate and benefit of meditation, written by Venerable Nicholas. It's all written in this book. If anyone interested, you can also check it out. The information already posted on the board, and all the money gained from selling this book is about £14, I think, will be for the contribution to the British Temple in United States. Okay, so anyone interested, you can also check it out. And that is all for the announcement. Oh, one more thing, if anyone please interest, just want to know, I have also my own channel on YouTube. You can check it out. It's called Great Teaching Monk. So take a look, okay? But this one doesn't have printing out on over there. So if you want to check it out, come ask me personally, okay? So that is what I'd like to sell for announcement today. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming. And I hope you enjoy your time with me tonight, and hope you come back again for next Thursday. Now, I think our class should be come to an end. And what next? Any questions?
Any questions related to meditation techniques or the lessons with the Buddhist topic today? You can, anyone has a question, you can just raise your hands and ask directly to the monk.
If one has something like you'd like to consult, asking, glad to help if I can. I'll try my best. If not, maybe in person, it's also fine after our session.
Or another option is that next time when you come and you have something that you really want to ask, but maybe you don't want to ask publicly, so you can just write it in a note, so then send to me, so I can just send it to him, and then we can work it out like that. Okay? Yes, so that's another day, and thank you for everyone. So may I invite everyone to pay respect to the teaching monk by bowing 3 times. Bow. Bow. Bow.
Just before we part, as a token of gratitude for you being here, as a tradition as well for the Buddhist monk, to give the blessing for those who coming. By the power of the good deeds that you had done through the practice of meditation, may all of you find yourself happiness in life. May you be happy, healthy, strong, free from all harms and dangers, free from all kind of COVIDs, And also, whenever you have chance to practice meditation, may you attain inner peace, everlasting happiness forevermore and more, very, very soon. You can say sadhu at the end to accept.
Sadhu. May I invite everyone to pay homage to the Lord Buddha by bowing 3 times. Bow, bow, bow. And that's the end of the meditation class today. Rejoice since everyone merit today. And for someone who might wonder about the word sadhu, or you might know it, actually sadhu means that's good. So it's the way that when everybody kind of like rejoice in someone merit, so we can just reply back as sadhu. That means that's good. Things like that. Okay.